All right, hi guys, Ryan here. We got I believe it's a 2014 Cascadia DD15. We had some issues. Well, we'd put new DPFs in it that had failed DPFs. Customer literally took it out for a day and it ruined the DPFs again. There were some DOC issues. Ran through an injector cutout test, cylinder performance test, balance test. Didn't see any issues on the engine side, but we had a fueling issue. So we ended up changing the 7th injector nozzle over here on the passenger side. It's kind of hidden on this particular model. So replace that. Still having weird exhaust temperatures. So what we found out after we pulled everything apart down here, and here's actually the pipe going to the one box, is that, well, before that we had taken the EGR circuit apart over to the intake manifold, and that was clean, dry soot. So at that point I didn't believe it was, I mean, even with a cutout test it can be sometimes tricky to detect a bad injector. On the engine side it's overfueling. But we definitely had, you see you got this real pasty, I mean that's fuel, definitely. So what we did, we pulled this off, we got up in here just to verify, and right down in through here we had the same fuel. But what was interesting is that when it got about up here, it was dry again. So obviously that fuel was coming to the 7th injector. There wasn't any faults or anything for the metering module, which is over on top of the injection pump over there, or high pressure pump, that sends that fuel over here to this nozzle. Like I said, no faults or anything like that. So we basically determined that even after a metering test, it was within standard. But what we found was that that metering unit over there must have been sticking open a little bit, so it was dosing fuel all the time, and during regens it was overfueling as well. It was dosing fuel because during a regen, that metering is going to kick on and off to maintain the correct temperature. So basically when we do a metering test, obviously it's opening up, so we're getting the correct amount of fuel, but when it was shutting off during the regens, it's going to continue to dose fuel, so your temperatures are all over the place. So we changed the module, which here's what it looks like. And again, it's over on the driver's side. You can kind of see it back here. You can see the new shiny part back there. So that's where it's located. This one's a little trickier because the engine's shoved back a little bit farther than some of them, it seems to be. So we changed that out. We ran the truck for about an hour, and now, as you see, it's all dry in here. So that's nice and dry. It's not like the pasty stuff we have down here. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and put the one box in, and I think that's obviously we have a big difference in the effect here. So we're going to put it back together, do a regen, and see what happens. Okay, so we got the one box in, cleared the active faults, and we took it out, ran a regen. Everything did eventually work out. We did have another issue come up that was a separate issue that is going to require a video all on its own. So there'll be a follow-on video for this in regards to that issue. So what we had to do, once we went ahead and put the one box in, we had to purge that doser valve and block, and there's a procedure here. We use Jaw Test. We're also a dealer for them. Great software, a lot of capabilities, not just on trucks, but off-highway, ag equipment, marine, material handling. So a lot of capabilities with the software. So with the purging, you have to go into the MCM. You're on the maintenance, and then purge hydrocarbon dosers. So we did that routine. Typically, I recommend doing it like 3 times. It only takes, a couple seconds to do it. Our software only lets you do it 3 times. So we ran that procedure, we got all the air out of it. Now the problem that we had, so obviously we didn't have the fuel problem, because before this truck, when it was regen, it would puff smoke because it was getting fuel through that hydrocarbon doser or 7th injector all the time. So that was causing, obviously, the temperatures to all be all over the place. I mean, it was just a mess. And again, it ruined a new set of DPFs in a matter of a couple of days. So this time when we first went to regen, all of our temperatures across the board stayed at 800, which isn't enough, you know, for carbon to break down and actually do a real regen. So I'm gonna have a follow-on video about that and explain what that issue was and how we resolved that. So for this video and for this topic, with that issue that we had with that doser letting fuel out all the time, that's pretty much at the end of this one. So that's pretty much all we have today on this, and stay tuned for the follow-on video on why, if you're seeing 800-degree temperatures across the board and not getting hotter, I'm going to show you what to look for and how we resolve that issue in that video. That's pretty much all I have for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for the updates, and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. So, and also, if you're needing any type of emissions-related products, DPFs, DOCs, sensors, turbos, a lot of parts and all that, used parts as well, check out our website, dpfdiscounter.com.